Hi guys, welcome to the topic of sewing curves and corners. Curves and corners are pretty much found in every type of garment that you're going to sew. Whether you're looking at a curved hemline, a princess seam, a simple curved armscye, a Peter Pan collar, there are just so many different types of design elements that use curved seams. So we're going to go deep and really just look at a variety of types of curved seam lines as well as sewing precise corners, which can be pretty tricky. In clothing garments, the most obvious place that you're going to find a precise corner is either the point of a collar or the back opening of many of the doll garments that need a corner finish at the middle of center back. So as with many things that we work on throughout the different topics in Sewing with Cinnamon, the concepts and techniques are not that complicated. It really is about just becoming comfortable, getting practice. The more you do those techniques and work on them, the easier and more they become second nature. And then you're picking up patterns and designs that you might not have picked up right away because there's no hesitation. You don't have any concern over sewing a collar or finishing a back opening or sewing a princess seam. So I'm really excited to go deep into this area. We have a lot of examples in the Liberty Jane catalog that feature these design elements. One of our more recent designs is the culotte jumpsuit. Now this one has princess seams and a sweetheart neckline, so we're going to be able to use this pattern design as a sew along throughout the month, and we'll really be able to look at those design elements as we practice them, and we'll work on that pattern from start to finish. So that'll be a lot of fun. It'll kind of be a little bit different track than normal. Frequently I open it up. You can try whatever pattern you want as we learn the techniques, but this time I think it'll be great to focus on this specific design and watch everybody work on it along the way. And then that way, if you have questions, part of it you struggle with, or you just want to share some twists or modifications that you've done, it would be really fun. I think people will feed off each other's comments, learn from each other, and really have a good time sharing what they're doing. Now, a few other designs that I'll touch on that use curved seam lines are the Mindle Beach dress and the Abbey Road A-line dress. They both have a curved princess seam that goes all the way from the armscye to the hemline. So that's a good one to practice on. It's a little bit different technique. Several other designs that we have use princess seams in the bodice. We have the Catalina dress, the Surf Rider dress and romper, the Cosplay Day dress, some more simplified princess seam lines in the opening night dress, Hello Oscar. We've used this design element frequently because it really helps to create a nice silhouette on the body of the doll. And we have several designs that have different types of collars. The Steam Bib top has a Peter Pan collar, which you can practice sewing that curved seam line. And then the button-up shirt has a pointed collar, as well as a collar stand, and both of those elements will come into play when you're working with sewing a curved seam and looking for a precise corner on the tip of your collar. Another area that you can think about when you're thinking about sewing corners would be around pockets. So the jean pockets on the back of the jeans has several points at which you're going to need to map out and measure your corner turns so that you have mirrored lines on the outside edges of your pocket. Another type of pocket is a welt pocket, and this one has a rectangular opening. So you want to make sure on that one that you are counting your stitches and you know how to keep track and turn those corners systematically so that you have a perfectly sized rectangular opening on that pocket. And we have several patterns that have a welt pocket. The moto pants, the capris, and the moto jacket all use a welt pocket, and you can see the illustration of how to sew that welt pocket in the moto pants sew along video that's free with the Sewing with Cinnamon membership. So I'm excited to share the things that I know and the tips and techniques that I've learned along the way when working with these types of seams, especially at the smaller scale. So let's jump on in and get started with the topic of sewing curves and corners.